I'm Chua Seng. I'm the Chair Professor at the School of Computing, NUS, and Co-Director of NExT Research Center. NExT is a joint research center between National University of Singapore and Tsinghua University to carry out research on extreme search. The term extreme search here refers to the ability to find information that is not available on the current web. Such information will include real-time information being generated by users on social media, websites, as well as sensory data generated by mobile devices. The center was started in 2010 under the funding from National Research Foundation of Singapore. Hence, we are among the first center in the world to look into live, big multi-channel data analytics. We are now in the second phase of funding with Singapore dollar 12 million for another 5 years. The vision of the center is to discover insights that's not available on the current web and to offer greater user empowerment and man-machine symbiosis. The first research direction is therefore to carry out research on big multi-channel data analytics. The aim here is to gather and analyze data from multiple sources, including the websites such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, from the web, including forums and blogs, sensory data from mobile devices, as well as structured data from corporations and government agencies. The key research here is to gather, organize, and fuse this data to generate insights. Second, as the data gathers are multimodal and increasingly multimedia, hence the next direction of research is on rich media analytics. Here we want to develop advanced techniques and models to analyze videos, to discover objects and the relationship within the video, and towards building multimedia knowledge graph. We'll also be looking into new media streams such as micro videos, drone videos, which will become mainstream in the near future. Third, as our research enables us to extract profiles of users, corporations, or any entity, hence the key direction of research is privacy. Here we want to develop analytics that is privacy preserving, such as group analytics, or to perform privacy preserving queries. We also want to help users better manage their privacy by being aware of what they are posting and its implication to themselves, their families, and their friends. Finally, we want to anchor our research on vertical domain applications. The two applications we are focusing on are wellness and all aspects of mobility. In particular, for wellness, we want to develop apps that help users monitor their activities, their food intakes and calories, medication, as well as offer appropriate advices on their activities. Big data is everywhere, and it has already disrupted the traditional way of finding information and discovering insights. Take the US election as an example. Although many physical-based surveys predicted big wins for Clinton, several online big data studies already pointed towards possible victory for Trump. Our research on discovering insights from big online data in various vertical domains is therefore timely to help users and corporations make better decisions. We want to develop the best AI technologies and systems to support our vision of information for everyone. Based on our research in phase 1, we have started 2 technology companies, one on mobile visual search and the other one on big data analytics. Both companies are doing well with first and second round of funding respectively. Our research is therefore of high relevance to industry. To me, web science is about the science of discovering the insights of the web. It is a multidisciplinary field covering technologies for analyzing the web-scale information, discovering insights, and grounding these insights to society and lives of users. Our works covering the technologies and discovery elements of web science. We want to work with others to link our research and analysis to society in general, and to discover topics that will impact the society and people's life. Okay, now I provide some highlights of research for NExT. First, I would like to brief the objective for NExT. The context of research for NExT is basically users at the center for web and social media environment, where we are exposed to websites and social media sites, from which we constantly contribute information as well as receiving information from these sites. As a result of user interactions, there are multi-sources of publicly available information that are available. The first will be the social media sources, where it contains a huge amount of spontaneous user-generated contents of multimodal nature. Secondly, from the web, we have information from web search engine, forums, as well as comments, as well as user purchasing data information from e-commerce sites. The third source will be the sensory data source, which we call the device-generated contents. And finally, we also have information from various offline data, domain data, as well as industry proprietary data. So the key research of NExT is therefore to fuse all this information to discover insights from the big data sources. So the current phase of research, we call it NExT++, which I repeat is the NUS Tsinghua Center for Extreme Search. Phase 1 is from May 2010 to October 2016 with the funding of 11 million. The vision at that time is to make live social media data available. We are currently at Phase 2, which starts from November 2016 to October 2021 with a funding of 12 million. The aim is towards greater user empowerment and man-machine symbiosis. In 2010, we are among the first to examine live big multi-channel data analytics. The collaborators for Phase 2, in addition to Tsinghua, will be Southampton University. Now I'd like to highlight 3 directions for research. The first will be on multi-channel learning. Okay, the key challenge of multi-channel learning is that the information from multiple sources have different characteristics, and they all have varying degree of confidence, consistency, and complementarity. Hence, one of the key research is to develop a model from which we can model the consistency, complementarity, as well as confidence of different sources. Based on this model, we then applied it to various applications. The first will be to perform user profiling and demography for mobility research. Here, we look into data sources from Foursquare, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and mobile device sources. The aim here is to build user profile from the angle of mobility as well as demography. And in the demography, actually, we are interested in predicting users' age, gender, personality, and occupation. From user demographic information, we then perform user community detection, from which we can perform user community profiling. And then we go on to do sentiment analysis and hot event detection. Based on this line of research, we built a system called bBridge, which stands for Bringing Big Data Analytics to Smart Nation. Now my student will give a demo on the bBridge systems.
Hey, it's Aleksandr Farseev here. And I'm gonna tell you about bBridge social media analytics platform. Here you can see bBridge online web user interface. In the left side, you can see the analytics, which is grouped about the query that you order. For example, here you can see hot topics that people talk about, some words that they use, and the venue categories that they visit with respect to this topic. Also, you can see here the image concept that they have in their pictures that they post. And below, you can see the distributions of different demographic attributes of these users. For example, you can see the gender, age group, education level, relationship status, income level, and sentiment. All this automatically detected from the social media multi-source content. In the right, you can see the real-time timeline of the users with respect to the query. And you can see this timeline is from multiple social networks. So in the middle, you can see the map where these users recently go. Let's make some interesting query. For example, we want to look for, okay, let's say female users. And this female, preferably single females. Okay, we say we want them to be single. Then we want to find those who are interested in cats, which means they will post cats in their pictures. And we're not looking for sad ones, so we want to find those who post with a positive sentiment. Okay, now our query is ready, and we run it. And now we can see the results of the query. Okay, in the right, you can see many pictures of the cats. It's automatically detected by our image analysis engine. So let's click one of them. You see that if we drag to the perk, you can see the cats in the pictures. That's how our image analytics engine works. The text behind was detected as a positive sentiment, so it exactly matches our query. In the left, you can see the words that they used. For example, they were talking about health. They were talking about happy, which is positive sentiment. And obviously, they have person and cats concepts, image concepts in their pictures. You can see that these female users are mostly 16 to 24 years old, and they have college education. At the same time, their income is high, which is interesting. It means female users with a high income like to have cats, and they post positive about them. We will finish here. Thank you very much.
Okay, the next application, we look into the ranking of services by using publicly available information from the web as well as social media sites. The first application we look at is university ranking. Traditionally, university ranking is based on manual returns by universities, and the limitation is that you can only rank a small number of universities. Here, we want to use publicly available information to automatically rank a huge number of universities. So the sources we look at including official channels on Facebook or other sites by the universities, academic channels whereby they rank the publications and other academic indicators, employment channels where universities and various independent channels will talk about the employability as well as salary of students, mass media channels, as well as the general user channel where users talk about the quality of universities. The aim here is to fuse all these sources using a hypergraph ranking based method, and from which we rank 800 Chinese universities automatically. Now my students will give a demo of this particular system to show you the capability of the system that we have developed.
Hello, I'm Fuli, the second-year PhD student of NExT Center. My research topic is multi-channel learning towards social index ranking. Here is one related application, Chinese university ranking. To our knowledge, this is the first university ranking that covers all universities in China and works automatically. Here are the ranking results with all perspectives considered. As can be seen, Tsinghua University is the best one. If ranked by single perspective, for example, the employment one, Peking University becomes the best university. If we further select universities by category, for example, the engineering universities, then USTC becomes the best. For more information, please refer to our website. Thank you.
In addition to ranking universities, the same methodology can also be used to rank other services. One example would be to rank the cost of living, whereby we can gather information on the web and social media sites about the cost of clothing, food, housing, and traffic. Through our automated systems, we can actually have different cost of living indicators for different segments of society and the different parts of the countries. The third application will be Unwellness. in which we have strong concerns about critical illnesses such as diabetes, depression, heart disease, arthritis, and so on. In fact, the key indicators that determine whether a person is liable to get this disease are basically eating behaviors, exercises, as well as treatment for the case of diabetes. And from which we want to build a kind of user health profile, which chronologically shows the sequence of users' activities along a timeline. Of course, here shows the individual user profile, and there could be privacy concern. So one topic we're working on is how to fuse individual user profile towards a group profile. And we are actually working on that for diabetes, obesity, as well as depression. So the next research topic is on rich media processing. The aim here is to integrate information on text, knowledge, user networks, as well as rich media, including videos and images, into a common embedding representational framework. And from this embedding that we learn, we are able to extract a lot of information. For example, given the image, we are able to show you other images that are related to this particular image. Most importantly, given the concept, we are able to show you related images that are linked to this particular concept. For example, the concept walking will show you all the pictures about a person walking. Walking plus girl will show you all the pictures about a girl walking. And more interestingly, we are able to show you images related to abstract concepts like romance and handsome. And given a picture, we are also able to generate descriptions for that particular pictures. All these are possible because we are relying on big data, big images data with partially annotated information. From this, the next line of research will be to analyze images and video to infer objects and a relationship. And also, we want to apply this to micro videos, which are getting very popular, especially on sites like Snapchat and Instagram. Based on our research and the embedding representation framework, we developed a browsing framework for, we call it interactive deep model. The scenario here is that the user might have some ideas about a video sequence that they're looking for, but they are only able to remember parts of the sequences. Hence, this interface allows users to point to certain sequences that are most closely related to what they're looking for, and the system will then perform deep analysis to identify other related sequences. And typically, after one or two iterations, the user will be able to find the information that they want. Here, my student will demonstrate to you the system.
Hello everyone, I'm Hanwang. I'm from NExT Search Center. Now this is one of the interesting features from our group. Imagine you have a very long video like this Ant-Man, which is my favorite video. How to pinpoint a very short thing in this long video? Normally people will use this scroll bar to find this very specific thing, but it's very cumbersome to find it. So we provide a very efficient search interactive scheme, like you can use only 1 to 5 interactive rounds to find this thing. Let's say I want to find the Birdman from this long video. So I choose a visually similar shot to the sky, like this one. Okay, I think we are very close to the search target. And we search another one. Okay, I think I found it. It's right here. This is my favorite Birdman. I hope you will enjoy this feature. Thank you.
Okay, given all our analysis that to extract user profiles and personal information, one key research direction for our current phase of research will be privacy preserving. The issues here will be online user privacy, as well as first and order privacy. Of course, privacy is personal and cultural. And also, we always need to balance between privacy and transparency. as well as convenience. Along this line, actually, we build up a kind of a privacy framework by dividing the type of privacy concerns of the user into 8 categories. For example, in the one of the categories would be personal attributes, relationship, activities, and so on. We also conducted survey to determine users' tolerance on privacy to their casual friends, to their family members, to close friends, as well as outside audience. The key research here will be privacy-preserving computing, such as group profiling, privacy-sensitive posts and documentation on first and second order privacy disclosure. In fact, most of the privacy are disclosed by friends through second order disclosure. Differential privacy for data sets, as well as privacy discovery in non-textual contents. In addition, we'll be looking into policies and guidelines for privacy-preserving research, as well as a framework for privacy-preserving computing. Finally, just to round up, I think our lab, we carry out a lot of in-depth technical research on big data analytics. We carry out research on big channel learning, rich media processing, and privacy preserving. And there are many real-world applications opportunities for our work. In the context of web science, of course, our work covers the technologies as well as discovery aspects of web science. And we need to work towards deep actionable analytics. So we want to know not just the problem, but also able to suggest courses or actions. So we want to work with data and social scientists to uncover the underlying insights. And we're seeking cooperation on this line of research. Okay, now let me show you the rest of members of the lab. Our lab is actually very multinational, and you will see students from different nationality explaining the research that they're working on.
Hi, my name is Aleksandr Farseev, and I'm doing my PhD here in NUS under supervision of Prof. Chua at Seng. My story is interesting and yet quite simple. 4 years back in Russia, I was involved in a technological startup. After the second round of founding, we realized that we require a lot of solid knowledge in machine learning and information retrieval. So that inspired me to start my PhD here, in one of the strongest Asian groups in information retrieval and machine learning. So my topic is about user profiling, which consists of 2 parts, individual user profiling and group user profiling. Basically, group user profiling is about detecting meaningful groups from rich social media content of multiple sources, while individual user profiling is detecting individual personal attributes of such users, such as their demographics and even their BMI. This is a very important topic for many applications in marketing domain and for public sector. Now, I'm in the end of my PhD and in the beginning of a new company. The name of the company is bBridge, and we aim to provide social media analytics to private, business, and government sectors. We hope to make it really big in future.
Hello, I'm Liqiang. I studied and worked in NExT Research Center in the past 7+ years. My research topic is multimedia content analysis and retrieval, especially its applications in multimedia question answering and the computational awareness. In particular, given a question in natural language, my task is to find the best answer from the web in appropriate media type. My research greatly helps the information seekers, especially those with very complex questions that the Google and Baidu search engines cannot answer.
Hello everyone, I'm Xiangnan from China and now working under the NExT Research Center as a research fellow. My research interest is about user personalization in social media. As you know, social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter have now become quite popular. By looking into a user's social media behaviors and the content, we can almost profile the user. So one of my research topics is how to accurately predict a user's preference by looking into his social media content, based on some machine learning techniques. If we can achieve it, we can not only recommend the right products to the user at the right time, but also make profit for companies.
Hello everyone, I'm Zolin from Myanmar. I'm currently a research assistant at the NExT Center. My research interest is generally in computer vision. Specifically, I'm exploring how to exploit context such as relation and depth data to improve the object detector pipeline. Context information such as relation is important because not only can it improve the object detector performance, it can also be used for more high-level tasks such as visual question and answering.
Hi, my name is Kan Min Yen, or Min. That's how I go by and introduce myself. I'm an associate professor here at the School of Computing, and I do research on digital libraries, but my role in NExT is to investigate extreme forms of text. For example, when we look at mobile app reviews, look at tweets, especially ones that are multimedia, as well as other forms of short text that's generated by users, for example, in user-generated contents like user comments on item reviews. I think the important thing about our research with respect to NExT is it looks at other ways that text analysis can be useful in the current Web 2.0 context.
A good day to all of you. I'm Choon-Meng and I work for the NExT Research Center. Over the past few years, web science has transformed our life. From the way we book a taxi, do online shopping, to the way we share our happy and sad moments over the social media. As a program director, my job is to help with commercialization and industry engagement so that we can validate, fine-tune, and further our research. We hope that we can continue to contribute to the advancement of web science. Happy 10th anniversary. Thank you.